Okay, sorry I got interrupted on the last part of the video, but I'll start again. So it doesn't really matter, does it? I've been playing with my really cheap Logic Analyzer. Says it's 8 channel. Came complete with a USB cable and all the DuPont cables, plus, let me just reach over and grab them, a bag of connectors and cables. Yeah, I know it's not very good through the metallized plastic, but you can see them in there. And I got this quite a while ago now off eBay. No, Amazon. And here it is. Try and back off a bit. Strange that the picture is slightly different on the top here than on here. But whatever, you know, they're all clones of clones of clones of clones. And as you can see, I paid nearly 14 quid for it. And that came with, well, as you can see, all the clips, the DuPont cable and the USB cable, plus access to the software to monitor the logic states. And I have to admit, this software is pretty damn spectacular. Let's see if I can move my hand a bit. There we go. Now, today's little test, because I didn't really succeed very well with the last test, I'm just using a basic Uno, and in fact this is a real one. Yeah, it's possibly the only real Uno I've actually got, or Arduino Uno. Must have had some money back then. And I'm running it, let me try and drag these cables out of the way a bit, on this real-time clock. Now this one is quite a good one actually. It's very old, but it's still a good one. And it uses the DS3231 chip, which is the better one. I think the other one's called a, was it 170 something? Real-time clock, but it does not have temperature compensation and blah de blah de blah. So this one keeps much better time. And if I can zoom in, you can see this one is actually the model Z or ZS-042. And I've got it plugged in to the breadboard. As you can see, I'm just using these two, which is the serial clock and serial data. The outside one, the red one, is serial clock, SCK, I think. And this one is SDA, I think, which is serial data. This one is just the ground. And to be safe, because one never knows on these real-time clocks or any other board, are they 3.3 or 5 volt? So Logic says start off at 3.3. If it doesn't work, try 5. Well, this one is actually 3.3. And what I've also done, and I don't think you can actually see this. Yeah, I guess you can here. Look, I put in a little header board here that I've connected ground. Yeah, I know it's red, but I ran out of cables. So if I move this out the way, you can see here's the ground wire coming from the Arduino Uno. And then the ground goes off to the Logic Analyzer. And of course, I've also got the two serial clock and serial data here, which also go off to the Logic Analyzer board, or can't really call it a board, can you? A little plastic case. and they're on channel 1, channel 2. So channel 1 is the clock, channel 2 is the data. So this is serial data, serial clock. And then it goes whistling off to a little USB hub. And this hub I've had back here, well, I've got back here. Let me put some light on it. It's been fine for years and years. Well, not years and years, but a long, long time. And all of a sudden, it's decided to be a bit flaky. So I think I'm going to have to replace that, because I originally plugged in the old USB cable into that vacant slot you can see there, and then plugged it into my Arduino Uno, and it wasn't acknowledged. So I then had to move it to this little hub, and it was fine. And strangely enough, this little hub is connected to the same hub over here. I don't know what. Oh well. Oh, and by the way, these little guys are really useful. It's just a USB monitor. It tells you the voltage and the current. And this particular device is really good because you can save, I'm not quite sure how many samples, but I'm up to 9 already. And great. Thought I'd tried it a few weeks ago or a few days ago, but apparently I didn't, so that's good. Anyhow, back to the subject. So now we've got it all running, and let me try and change hands again so I can get my hand on the mouse, and we'll go to, what should we go to? How about the output? No. Well, yeah, here's the logic analyzer using this wonderful software called PulseView. I'll put a link into where you can get it from. In fact, I did on the other video, but you can get it again. What the hell? And here is the complete, I've got to back off a bit, but here's the complete cycle of me monitoring the I2C, where it's requesting a read, it's requesting a write and then writing, is that the right way around? No, it's the other way around, requesting a read and reading back the time, the date, and so on. And you can see the board, which is I2C, so it has a unique address, which is this case 68 hex or 0x68. And then it reads back a bunch of data, which is in fact the time and date. And doesn't do much anywhere else, but if I were to look at the monitor, or the serial monitor of the Arduino IDE over here, you can see every 2 seconds it's updating the time and date. Now, I used an example from, as I said earlier, the Regimental Sergeant Major, but I don't know, maybe his dad was in the army in Germany or something. Anyhow, his real name is RSM Bacon. I just keep thinking he's Regimental Sergeant Major, but that's just me. And as I say, he had a GitHub source of the software and demo and setting up and everything else. But the life of me, I couldn't get his source code to actually work. Admittedly, it was without any real real-time clock libraries. So it was doing a lot of mathematics. And I thought, well, screw that, I'm not going to mess around with that. There's libraries now can do that for me. So eventually I found an outfit called Somtips, SOMTIPS.com. Excellent, excellent stuff. And here is their code. I mean, look at it. So I don't know, maybe 10 lines possibly. I'll put the code in the description below. And it just works so damn well, and immediately actually. So I'm going to upload this video and then edit the blog with all this good stuff. And then I think I can draw close to the current use of my, what, £13 was it? £12, whatever. 8-channel Logic Analyzer. Thanks a lot. Bye.